Howdy friends, we're getting ready to start on block 33, Broken Sash. So I'll bring you down to the table and we'll get started. Square in a square is the method we're using today for this block, and the fabric we're using is D9 and our background. We've got several different size squares to work with. So this is our first method, or our first square with this method. There will be several squares using this method, and this is a method you'll use a lot in your quilting career. So let's get started. We have fabric D9. We have 2 large squares and 8 small squares, and of the background fabric we have 2 large squares and 8 smaller squares. So each large square is matched up with 4 of the squares of the opposite The procedure for this is to match right sides together, So this is what our square in the square is going to, or diamond in a square is going to look like. And we're going to do 4 of these, 2 with the dark center and 2 with the light center. And our we're going to take our on the wrong side, and draw a line from corner to corner on all of our squares, all of the small squares, both the white and the D9 squares. And then we're going to place them on the opposing square, and we're going to sew just a little bit shy of center toward the outside edge, so that when we fold it over, we will have plenty of, because our goal is for it to be as close to the edge as possible with no green or none of the bottom square showing underneath the corner. So let's mark all of our squares, and then I'll come back and we will chain sew. I'll sew the first one slow, and then I'll do time lapse for the rest of them. So I'll be back with you as soon as I get my squares marked. I'm going to feed these through my machine chain piecing. So I've got it set up where I only have one square on each block, and I'll feed that through, then I'll feed the next one and the next one and the next one. Then I'll come back and I will put on the opposite corner and do the same procedure. Then I will press these and trim them, and then I'll move on to the opposite corners and do the exact same thing. So I'm going to sew through one time at regular speed, and then we'll do the time lapse. Okay, I'm going to sew to the right of the line just a thread. Okay, I'm going to readjust my camera because I want you to see my needle. If you have seam tape, you can see your your line follows your seam tape and is on the red. Keep it on the red that way. And you want to just be a tiny bit on that side. The next thing I'm going to do is take another square and put it on the opposite side from where we just previously sewed. And I'm going to sew down that line, then I will cut and repeat the process going the other way. So I'm going to put you on time lapse and we're going to get started. Our next step is to trim the blocks to the size specified in the pattern, and then we'll put our block together. So I'll be back as soon as I get done trimming. My blocks are all trimmed and laid out the way that we're going to sew them together. You'll see that they're opposites of each other. So I'm going to put you on time lapse and we're going to sew those together using a scant 1/4 inch seam. Well, that's it for today. So I'm going to say, be blessed, less stressed, and pet some fabric today. See you later.